Phil Davis, Ancestry Lands, AncestryLands.com. Just coming out of, you can see Wells Fargo Bank here, where I have my business banking, and just want to talk to you guys, educate you guys on something. When you're, everybody talks about business. I've been in certain groups, mindset groups, things like that, and a lot of it's talk about starting a business and how you get a business, forming an LLC, and everybody wants to start about making money. When you are doing a business, one of the things you got to understand is that you have to build a relationship with your bank, and any relationship, especially with a bank, develops over time. One thing you have to do is be able to show that not only do you have income, not only do you have profit, that's a key word, or capital, you have to show that you have history of capital and income. They need to be able to see that, one, your business is not a brand new business that is looking for money in the form of loans. That's what I just got out of the bank discussing with the premier banking person. So I've had my business checking and savings, business credit, and business line of credit for a number of years with Wells Fargo. The goal has been able to build that business credit, and what I've learned is that it does take, like your regular credit, a couple of years to generate that, about 5 years until you could start looking at getting sizable loans that would not result in personal loans. And a lot of your personal business behavior, your personal credit, your personal income is really tied to that initial first 5 years until you get to the 5th year mark, and you can really show that the business is doing enough on its own for the bank to look at the business as an individual entity versus you as a kind of streamline or a direct link to your business. So that is something that you need to understand. One, you build a business by generating profit. A lot of people are in these debt-based businesses and they're leveraging debt. But what I'm trying to build and trying to educate you all on is that you've got to learn to build long-term profit so you can leverage long-term debt or larger debt volumes in the form of loans that you can use to generate bigger profits. A lot of people have no money, they have bad credit, and they've got poor business acumen, and they don't do things in stages. So when I first started Ancestry Lands, the goal was to build a lot of the personal income to help insulate my credit and my own ability to utilize and leverage that. So the business built up me. Once I got built up enough, I went and created the business banking account, business checking account. And after a year or so, I went to go look for business credit and business lines of credit. And the goal was to start utilizing that like they teach you how to use credit cards. You spend a little bit, then you pay it off. You keep doing that. And then naturally, what I started doing was shifting some of the business expenses to just the business and banking and checking account alone. And then those were being paid off. Those are recurrent transactions. So now the banking algorithm starts seeing, okay, Ancestry Lands is doing this. This bill's coming through. They're paying. This one's doing. They're using something on credit. I'm paying tax bills, my property taxes, using my business line of credit, then paying that off in full in the next month. So the bank is looking at history. Credit history. Then they're going in and saying, evaluating and saying, okay, after a couple of years, and I walk in and say, hey, how can I get close to 200,000? Now that conversation goes to their small business loans department, but I'm not shoot out of the door saying we don't even think you qualify for that. There is enough now where I built up to say that's a starting number. Now 200,000, you may say that ain't shit, Bill, blah, 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 blah. But it's a number to start with. Now in 5 years, that could be $2.4 million, because what I'm looking to do now is get out of dirt and start looking to move to brick and mortar, to buildings. Small residential buildings. In another 10 years, it'll be commercial buildings. But again, I'm not rushing to commercial. I'm not rushing to the next big thing, because you start small, grow big. You start small, grow big. And a lot of people need to understand that about life. You need to start small and grow big, and you got to show consistency. Banks will lend you $2-3 million if you've been doing business for the years to matter, but you got to do business. And your business has to show that you're building profit, because the banks are already loaning you a debt. They don't want to loan you debt and you're already in debt. A little bit of wisdom goes a long way. These are the moves that I'm making, and these are the cookie crumbs that I'm leaving in these videos to show you all that This is how you truly become long-term successful, how you build generational wealth, but it can't be done on talking, bubblegum, and bullshit. You've actually got to put the work in day by day, month by month, year by year, and build it up brick by brick. And the only way you do that is by being consistent, having good business, having capital, having profit, and showing consistent business revenue, business transaction, business activity over a period of time, and the numbers will grow. Phil Davis, Ancestry Lands, AncestryLands.com. We'll follow the next video after I meet with the small business person from the bank and talk about what I need to do to qualify for that based upon my current activity. See you in the next one. Like, share, subscribe. Talk to you soon.